All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. Here I am at. You can't decide to be something you inherently are all the time. Wow, fucking, we're getting deep. We're getting deep early on. All right. How you guys going? Let's paint some fucking Dark Eldar. Let's just get into it. I did some painting over the weekend just to adjust. He honestly probably doesn't look any different, if I'm being totally honest. That guy especially doesn't look any different. But I wasn't happy with the level of contrast on the white armor of our incubi that we were painting last stream a week ago. Right, okay, and I agree with that. The stream deck is a piece of crap. Especially the app. The app you have to use to get it to work. Ugh. All right, anyways, I wasn't happy with the level of contrast in the white cream armor on our Drukhari, and so I sprayed it matte varnish again, and then I came back in with some more. And then I felt like I wanted to bring back some of that bright white highlight, and so I kind of did a very sparing kind of like squirt, it's a terrible word, of bright highlight on the shoulders, on the very top of the head, right here on the chest, and maybe on the kneecaps in certain areas. So then once I felt happy with like the level of like that nice sepia shadow, then I started to do some base coating. Getting my own print of Mordheim. Ooh, nice. I'm hoping to start an undead warband and a Skaven warband. You're Skaver, you're getting like the actual legit box of Mordheim. Rolls Royce. Thank you for the 18 months of subbing. Appreciate it. Need to continue work on my genes to their cults, like my test model, and have to start translating it across. Absolutely, yes. That is an important part of army painting, is taking a scheme that worked on a grunt and then applying it to, say, a vehicle, applying it to a character. That works. That works. When are we playing 40K? I got too many armies and not enough opponents. I mean, when I have a finished army. Kind of a ways away, but hopefully I'll end the year with a finished army. Maybe earlier. Hope you've been good too. The new Rat Boys, yeah, those clan rats look pretty good. A nice facelift for the model. Hey, wait, 1 mini painting minute. I like that, Kean B. 1 mini painting minute. I know these models. I think I saw them talked about in a video somewhere. Yeah. I'm going to a local printing shop my friend works at in Bloomington to get a soft cover as for the undead. Okay, nice. What up, Leaf Strider? Mike Genie coming in with a big gifted subs. Thank you, Mike Genie. No, not Genie. Janae. Mike Janae, thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate it, man. If you got a sub gifted to you from Mike, let him know you are appreciative in the chat. Tag him. Scott, quit pretending you care about Ratman. God damn, you got me. Yeah, Ratman aren't my thing, but I will say this. The Vermin Lords are fucking sick, and for some reason I was a fan of Queek Headtaker. I think it was his pose. His leaping forward pose with like his weapons out. It looked so cool that I didn't care that it was a rat. God damn. He got me good. He did. Fuck. All right. So I also, in addition to the airbrushing, started to do some yellow base coats as well on various segmentations of armor, just to break up all the white, but also to link it back to my other yellow paint scheme, which, you know, is here to stay. I'm not repainting those models, fuck that. But I don't mind the color yellow, I just don't like it as the color for their entire army. But as an accent color, it works beautifully. So a little bit of that. I didn't paint them like all of their armor panels the same. I chose different bits and pieces for each dude, just littered across the model. Ruling out yellow and cream beige, what colors would work best for streaking? I'm not sure. Why are you trying to avoid those colors? Wait, ruling out yellow. What colors Oh, you're saying like what would you base coat the model to have streaking grime look good? Oh, there's a great answer for this. A light desaturated blue. A color like something in between these two. Like that kind of color with a little bit of a yellow tinge from streaking grime looks fucking banging. Is John excited about the new rats? I assume he is. We haven't chatted about it yet, but I assume he is going to be very excited. I really like the assassin rats. The assassin rats and the plague monk rats, the whole Roman legion rats. There's a I don't think I saw Roman legion rats. Okay, so we're gonna be base coating their tabards in a military green color here. Because that's the tone that I picked for that. I like what it looks like. I think we're also gonna paint, now that I'm looking at it, on this guy, I painted this thing green, but I think I want that to be black. I think it's a little bit too much green. But I think I need another place to add the green that isn't so imposing. And on this guy, putting some green like on that little tassel will definitely work. So we'll do that. But yeah, these guys, unlike my warriors, are like fully armored. And so you don't see a whole lot of that black under armor unless you spin all the way around to the backside and see like this and like, you know, like kind of that area right there. And that's a cool part of the scheme, the black. And so maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, instead of doing this green, I'm gonna do it black. I don't know though, I'm not sure. Because it is really nice when you can see like the black on their shins from the front of the model. Otherwise you can't really see the black anywhere. I guess the gloves, we'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna forgo painting these tassel things green, but I'll paint the little itty bitty tassels green. All right, anyways, let's go. I'm your Tuesday walking noise, Rosie Honey. Sounds good. I'm happy to be that. Brood Brothers. Oh, they tease the next Kill Team box? Am I gonna sneak pink now? No pink for this. I think the spot color for these guys is gonna be teal. Hello, Noden. Schneedrache. Ratman? What Ratman? Sounds like the visions of the insane that should be reported to a local witch hunter. Nice. I love the lore-friendly comment. My struggle with the Drukhari, I've always been deciding where the undersuit ended and the boot began. Pink is my color. Yes, pink is Jay's color for his Dark Eldar. He's got a lovely, what'd you call him? You call him pop punk? Dark Eldar in your latest video, Jay? I forget what you called him. Oh, now that Jay's here, we gotta start painting. Dad showed up, guys. I like last week I was trying to figure out what I should paint. And Jay was like, paint some fucking Dark Eldar, dude! And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I should be doing that. All right, so yeah, we'll do the itty bitty tassels and the in-between tabard in green for now, and then we'll save the arm ones for black later on. All right, cool beans. Also, GW coned heads are not my jam. Dude, I feel you. I feel you. I hate them on the regular warriors. I'm more okay with the incubi because the horns give them purpose a little bit. It's not just a cone head. Like this also adds to the, I don't know what you want to call it, the concept, the design, and it makes it, I think, more appropriate. Drukhari will always be my favorite thematically and visually, but the mechanics of Gene Stealers and the revolutionary industrial look is great. Yeah. I love how in feeling around for a scheme Skies landed firmly on, this would also work on Wood Elves. Absolutely. I've actually kind of identified that I have been leaning into green, brown, cream, maybe a little bit too often. And on whatever my next painting project is going to be, I'm gonna try to switch it up and do something very different than from what I normally do. I think I'm starting to develop a bit of a I wouldn't call it a style, but a preference. Are these Fremen colored Deldar? Okay, so when I developed the scheme, I think it was around the time that I saw Dune Part 1. And it wasn't intentional that they looked like Sardaukar or anything, but it kind of just happened to be that way. And I can't deny like the influence of like the movie that I just saw and really enjoyed. So it's hard to say. I don't think it was intentional, but it definitely is a possibility that it influenced me for sure. Okay, we got a little itty bitty thing right here. Earth tones are a comfortable place to play in because you see them every time you walk outside. Interesting. That's interesting. I missed a big chunk. Oh, the greatest Drukhari helms are those full visor Saleh. Oh, absolutely digital. So absolutely. I want everyone in my, like most people in my army to have helmets like that. I fucking love those helmets. They're so cool. Lisan Al Gaib left the Star Wars Outlaws game trailer for you. Rufus, I actually saw it already. I watched it and I'm down. You know, I'm down. I'm not like as into the scum and villainy portion of the Star Wars universe as like other parts, but like I'll play any fucking Star Wars game. Hell yeah. I saw the comments on that trailer though. Everyone was like, remember, do not pre-order from Ubisoft. And I was like, what happened? You know, you guys are all damaged. You saw Dune Part 2 on Friday. Awesome. What'd you think? Coronary jump. Absolutely, Key and B. They are cool as hell. And I'm actually reading the book right now, and Sardaukar remind me a lot of Space Marines. Like their upbringing, like how they're trained and conditioned and stuff. Scott, you hyped about, oh my God, Xanadu, are you kidding me? I'm absolutely hyped about Shatterpoint releases. Let me paint while I talk. God damn, I'm so bad about doing that. We saw so many Imperial sneak peeks. We got Moff Gideon and his big robot men. We got and also in that box, the Death Troopers. We got fucking, shoot, what's her name? Oh my God, I played the video game. I'm not gonna look at chat. I'm gonna get this. Eden Versio. We got Eden Versio and her crew of fucking Spec Ops stormtroopers with their awesome like engineer helmets and stuff. And was there something else? I mean, that's good enough for me alone, but my God, yeah, Infernal Squad. Hell yeah, there it is. This is for the J Challenge indeed. If you're really into that game, you're gonna want to try Edge of Empire. Yeah, I know. We still have the hots for Force and Destiny. How do I find reading Dune? Oh my God. Okay. I heard people say the same things you're saying, that the readability wasn't great. And I got to admit, it's a little annoying trying to figure out if a word I don't know is a Frank Herbert word or it's a real word. But if I just Google it, I either get a dictionary definition or I get like a fandom wiki article describing what the word is. It doesn't really matter. But otherwise, I'm just so hyped on Dune right now that I want to like drink up like any and like every bit of the world that I can. So like the extra detail, the descriptions are all so good. I'm having such a blast with it. And also it's really cool because each chapter is from a singular person's perspective and it bounces around. Kind of like a movie does, honestly. Well, not all movies, but some movies. And I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying hearing the inner monologue of Duke Leto Atreides and Paul and Lady Jessica and all that stuff. It's really cool. I feel like some of the religion stuff could have been more concise. Oh, I haven't really got there yet. Rap Pain, thank you for the sub, appreciate it. There's some nice head bits in the Witch Elf fantasy line that fits. I do love it as it's been for years. The best Archons are kit bashed. I know the actual Archon model gets so much shit. Uh, the second half flows pretty great. The first part is a slog. Okay, that's good. That's good for me. I'm gonna enjoy the second half even more then. The starter car even have the dude who chants and sings before the fight, who feels like could be a chaplain. Yeah, that's kind of a thing in a lot of armies, I believe. It's an easy transition, same system, just different without the force users. Yes, I've heard that they all work pretty well together. I found some spice. I do. We need a Dune war game. We do need a Dune war game. I want to try out the Dune War of Arrakis by Simon. Oh, you liked, okay. Oh, you're commenting on the movie. You liked part 2, but the religious portions could have been more concise. Okay, fair. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie, was the religious nature of it. I don't know why. It's bizarre to me, but like, I like villains. I don't necessarily know why I like villains, and I like looking at things that I have a hard time understanding, like why, how, and why they could exist. You know, like I might have said it before, but like the like black metal, for instance, and like how misanthropic that entire culture is. Which, if you don't know what misanthropic means, it means they hate humanity. It's just so interesting to think about, like, how could a human being get to that point? You know, not like, I'm not criticizing it at all. I'm just kind of curious. And it's the same with like cults and stuff. Like, how do you get in a cult? How are you like how do you become indoctrinated and all that stuff? And how is a person so evil? And like how are they okay with that? You know, like knowingly evil. Like, what's going on in your brain? Like it's so interesting. And so that religious aspect of Dune kind of touched on that for me. It's just like, man, we're watching someone plant a religion right now, and it's working. You know, it's like, ooh, this is not okay. You know, it just feels like we shouldn't be seeing this. And so there's some aspect of that I really enjoyed. If I met people, Dune video games, yeah, that'd be cool. Necrons are my favorite bad guys. Hell yeah, dude. I don't really know the bad guys. I don't really know Necron's backstory much. Dune Spice Wars was an all-right RTS game. Okay. You like the Harkonnen language? Yeah, dude. I think loving humanity is a real challenge. I think you're right, but I think hating it as much as I know certain black metal cultures hate it is also like, holy cow, like you really have to be committed to that kind of line of thought to, you know, dislike people that much, where you're going out and you're burning down churches and stuff, and like you're murdering people and things like that, or your front man blows his head out in suicide. You take a picture of that person and you make it your album cover. Like, how irreverent, you know? It's just so wild. It's so wild. And there's some element of me that's like, I want to know about it, and I want to learn about it. That's hilarious, Kian. The guys of the Wednesday night crew have a Dune Simon game. Oh, nice, cool. Okay. All right, we got another small little thing we do. Another thing that I'm excited about is I gloss varnished the model to make the oil wash hopefully be more clean, which we're gonna do today. We're gonna apply it, and we're gonna clean it today. And so I have to kind of time it so that it kind of the cleaning is done when the stream is done. But I gloss varnished the model, and then I began base coating. And so what I'm going to get is I'm going to get some parts of the model that are gloss, the majority of it, and some parts of the model that are matte. And so what that's going to do, I think, with the oil wash, is some parts are going to cling more to the oil wash, and some parts are going to slide off more. That's in theory. We'll see if it really makes a difference. A little, no, I didn't. Okay. Most overrated bad guy from D&D is Strahd. Okay. You know, I'm playing Song after the new update. I haven't played a game of that yet. I would love to, though. Can't get a good Greyjoy list figured out that isn't Silenced Men spam. How's that new unit with the Stony Shore Pillagers? I haven't they had a new interesting mechanic, I thought. I haven't tried it out yet, but it seemed interesting. The place that Strahd lives in D&D world is called Barovia. 2 ex-Scientologists. Okay. Starting off good for a cult. Maybe I can make oh yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Like the part that the guy grips for the weapon, I'll make that black. I guess it's largely all metal. Interesting. Rufus says, I have a new vampire paint scheme idea for you. Use a white turbo dark ship paint. So it's sparkly. Oh. Why would I can just use metallic paint. Why do I need color shift? You're good, KMB. You think that's spam? Man, go to a popular Twitch stream. Their channels are just fucking cancer. Whenever I watch a Dota game, which is fairly often, man, the chat is just intolerable. Retro Evil Inc. 22 months of subbing. Thank you. Yeah, I get it. I get it for the skin, yeah, but like, why wouldn't it just be a metallic paint? What is it? I mean, it's funny. I get it. Twilight. I was actually regarding using metallic paints on skin. I was actually thinking that if I like paint another like a big female bust character at some point, it would be cool to use some metallic paint like in her eyeshadow and stuff. because my wife's been doing a lot of sparkly eyeshadow recently, and I was like, what happens if you would try to use metallic paint as a makeup effect? It's a little bit scary because like the moment you start trying to blend metallic paint and skin, it's like it's kind of gonna get everywhere, and I don't know if it's gonna like scale down in the way that like sparkly makeup scales down in. So I'm not sure, but it could be cool. It could be cool. Time for another makeup video? Probably not. A lot of people that are very passionate about Strahd. I started to read the Force and Destiny rulebook while we're on the subject of RPGs, and I feel like it's I think I said this last stream. There's a lot to get through. Like character creation is, I don't know, is it like 60 or 70 pages long? It's a lot. It's got makeup palette one. It was funny actually. I was painting at that Fantasy Flight guest stream that I was on, and I was explaining how I paint faces and stuff. And there were two stream producers who were behind the scenes making, doing the camera transitions and making sure everyone was, staying in camera and in focus. After the stream, they were like, "You contour better than we do." And I was like, "What?" It's funny because I did learn from makeup tutorials. You like the music today? Well, it's the same playlist I'd always plays. What is WFRP? Warhammer Fantasy Role Playing? Spark Minis. I'm seeing a pink-haired emote. Is this the Sparkly Minis from Instagram that I'm familiar with? Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Nice. There's so many role-playing systems for Games Workshop's universes. There's like Soulbound for AOS. There's Warhammer Fantasy for Fantasy Battles. There's some amount of 40K ones. There's also this one, Rogue Trader. What's the deal with this? Rogue Trader? I've shown this book before. Man. I bought this book I have no intention of playing this RPG. I just bought it purely for the art. I don't know how much of it is new art and how much of it is art that's been recycled from previous codices and stuff like that. I'm trying to find like a sick big picture. I mean, this looks really cool. I don't know what's going on in this video. Oh, it's called The Maelstrom of Souls. Bunch of Cavalry warriors with red armor. Looks cool. RPG books do make great art books. Nice. Yes, it's me, Sparkhammer. Nice. We did meet briefly at Adepticon, but strangely, you were with a dude, and he was doing most of the talking. I didn't know who he was. Was he your boyfriend or something like that? Rogue Trader is amazing. All caps. Holy shit. It's classic. Okay. Evan has all of the second edition stuff on RPG, or sorry, on PDF. I mean. This is something that everyone loves. Okay. You should just spend the stream going through that art book. Yeah, I should do it like this too, right? This is very compelling content if I just kind of have it down here and I'm looking at it. Oh my God, look at this witch. Hold on. You guys gotta see this up close. She looks fucking vicious, dude. Look at this. Eyebrowless, black eyes, sharp teeth. God damn, dude. Like, wait, is this a witch? What is this? I don't know. It's fucking scary looking though. I like it. That's a man, dim. I was shy. Okay, cool. I I didn't know who he was, but it was nice to meet both of you. I didn't mind anything. Hey Scott, arm surgery went super well. Now time to recover so I can paint minis soon. Awesome, dude. Glad to hear it went well. Drukhari no? Harkonnen Witch? What was that? It was a character from a Rogue Trader RPG adventure book called The Soul Reaver. I don't know who the character is though. Red Yeti. Thanks for the sub, appreciate it. See my ex staring at me? Lol. Dim was just painting up a shiny NMM night. So does Dim also, is he streaming on Twitch and stuff like that? What up, Summon Lesser Maker? All right. Okay. I need to think about what other parts of this model could be base coated that would benefit from an oil wash. I got my teal spot color. Probably not so much. That's not the kind of thing I want to have an oil wash on it. Silver metallics. Nah, not really. I want them to be nice and cold and clean, not warm and kind of muddy and nasty. Black is going to be a Vallejo instant paint, or whatever they're called, express paint. The horns are going to be black express paint. The handles are black. The ribbons are black. I did the yellow already. I'm down with that. Yeah, I don't think I need to base coat anything else to get some value out of the oil wash. I think I'm good. I think the one last thing I want to do is I want to apply a gloss varnish with a paintbrush to the yellow parts of the armor, because I painted that after I did the gloss varnish. And for our test here, I want all the armor panels to have really nice clean panel lines. So I will gloss varnish the yellow parts. His IG and soon on Twitch. It's Dim the Creative. Okay, nice. Okay, very cool, very cool. Good morning from Australia. What up, Salad Bum? Where's that unit of hairless albino sword swinging freaks in 40K? Love it. Fucking love it. Taking a few days off from work after having to put my 13-year-old. Oh, fucking damn, that sucks, Cree. Working on terrain. What's everyone's favorite hobby projects when you're feeling really down? Fuck, man. You know, honestly, if I can be honest with you, Cree, I don't really hobby when I'm depressed. It doesn't pick me up. Painting is something that kind of consumes my energy, but I'm cool with it consuming my energy. But it's I don't want to sound like a fucking artsy fartsy dingus, but like I'm doing a lot of creative thinking while I'm painting. That takes some out of me. But gaming puts it back into me. Watching movies, I do that. Yeah, I mean, who would not hit a wall? Evan, reading that comment. How's the cabal coming along today? Coming well. Same, Sky. When I am down, I have no motivation to do much. Yeah, I feel you there. I say the same thing in a video that's coming out soon. But I have a very tenuous relationship with joy in the hobby of painting minis. Which is to say that it's fragile. And so I kind of like chase it as much as I can by like doing the things that I want to do. So I kind of really avoid like sponsorships that involve me painting models I don't care about. I don't like to paint like the new 40K kit that came out just because it's gonna get more views. Because like if I do that, then like instantaneously this feels like a job and not like fun. And so I really try to avoid that if possible. his chest. Speaking of, I didn't paint the inside portion of that armor panel, right there, the inside of the knee. You can watch right now if you join the Patreon. Yeah, thank you for doing my job, Mike Janae. Yes, I do early release videos on Patreon. So if you want to see a new Miniac video right now, you can go check it out if you become a patron, or if you already are a patron. Banger video coming soon. Thank you, sir. Plus 50% of the new kits are Space Marines. Yeah. Yeah. What up, HUD? That part. Now I got it. Did I finish editing that one already? Yeah, it's done. It's done. I'm on to the next one. Trying to finish 3 videos in April, not including that Necromunda one. Gotta get back on it. Get back on that YouTube grind, you know? I seem to not be able to have the kind of release schedule where you put out a video once a month and it's a fucking banger and you kind of like recess into a hole. Not complaining, by the way, but I have identified that, so I think I need to make videos more consistently. Hey Miniac, I was looking at airbrushes and noticed that there was a tip to screw the front to prevent dry tip. You said that was kind of a recurring issue. Yeah, okay, actually, I don't know if you've been here recently, but at least in the last stream or one before, we had a theory that the crown, the thing that protects the end of the needle, like increases the local humidity around the tip of the needle, causing less dry tip. Because I've found that to be true in my painting. So I'm happy to hear it from someone else. That's a little bit of confirmation that I'm not insane. You will do script revisions. Oh, excellent. Nonsense stream. This is not nonsense. Okay, excellent. Yeah, Rufus. Okay, you got me there. Oh, so I played in a Necromunda game against Mr. Dan's Subjugators, and I voluntarily bottled out, I think at the start of round 6. It was going on for a long time, and I had this time our arbiter John gave us like personal goals to achieve for the game. And they got you credits and they also got you reputation. And so as soon as I had finished mine, as soon as I had finished, what am I trying to say right now? As soon as I had finished my personal goal, I just immediately bottled out because I was sustaining heavy casualties, but so was Dan, and so I was kind of surprised that he was down to keep playing. But I got my first loss, so now I'm, what is that, 3-1? 3-1. I think it was 6. Yeah, I think I lost 6 dudes by the end. One of them outright died. The rest, 2 of them are in recovery, I think. And then the rest are fine to come back. Jedediah got taken out, but he's fine. He didn't die. Dan recruits guys for free? What? That's crazy. I've decided every hobby place needs a John. Him just being within earshot made our Adepticon Necromunda game so much better, not to mention all the cool, yeah, fuck yeah, 100%. Every person in every game needs a John. 100%. And recruits guys for free? That's not true. He's got to pay credits for him, doesn't he? It's almost like airbrushes are designed that way. Buffalo Hunter, yeah, I understand. You're being a little snooty right now, but it was reasonable to assume that the crown is there to protect the needle tip. And I've never heard anywhere on the internet from anyone that it prevents or helps to prevent dry tip. Don't give me your attitude. I can see right through you. Also, this thing wouldn't do what I'm describing, but also kind of protects the needle. So the mere existence of this to me says that crowns are more about needle protection and less about preventing dry tip. What up, Lumix Beast? He gets 1 Juve free every time? Fucking hey, that's amazing. Nice, Red Yeti. Speaking of airbrushes, I serviced my Sill Air compressor that dates back to 1991. Sadly, it spews out oil through the hose now. Damn. All right, I glossed these ones. Okay, onto this one. It's for stabbing people if they get mouthy. Necromunda is all about knowing when to bottle. Yes, it is. I wanted, one thing I didn't know about the scenario we were playing was that the winner got like, I think it was D3 times the number of people still on the battlefield in gold, which is what's crazy. I've never seen like that kind of credit boost from a scenario. It's always something like, you know, moderate, like 30 or 40 or 50. But like just from that one thing, Dan got like 150 some or 100 some credits. And I was like, holy shit, maybe I should have stayed in longer. Or really, maybe I should just read the scenario rules. But despite that, I still got enough credits finally to hire my Stig Shambler. So now I need to come up with a conversion for a Stig Shambler. And I think I have the perfect idea. Ours was D3 times 10 we had recruited. Yeah, that's amazing. In my first 3 games, I did not have that kind of credit earned. I had to get it from territories, from crates, and from the scenario, and then I got like 90 creds. I have a Sotar from Badger and it doesn't have any sort of protection on tip. I've bent more tips than I care to remember. Does my Sotar not have a needle protector? Son of a bitch, you're right, it doesn't. What the fuck? Okay, that's insane. It has that rubber thing that you can use when it's not in use, but otherwise, my God, this seems insane. Here's Dan's special rule. When an enforcer is dead or retired, a single rookie may be recruited for free in the post-battle sequence. You can buy them? Yeah, that makes sense. But it should just come with one, shouldn't it? That's ridiculous. Your 105 doesn't have it either, says Mike. It seems a little kind of crazy, honestly. Your dog found their rubber protector and chewed it up. Rip. Friggin' rip. All right. We may do this oil wash and then just continue on with something else. All right, I'm gonna blast these real quick with just a little bit of heat, and then we'll do the oil wash. 1 second, I'm gonna mute my mic. could more. Oh, you have one like this, slug a nose, this kind of thing. The weird part is that it seems a little ridiculous that like this would cause the thing that I'm talking about. It is super tiny, but it has a gaping hole in the middle. So how could that do what I'm saying it does? You know, that's ridiculous. Like any humidity, I don't know, but it does. It seems like it does. When I keep the cap on, I feel like I get less dry tip, which is so annoying because when I do get it, I don't want it to be on because it's annoying and it gets in the way. All right, let's do some oil washing, start to finish, all in one stream. That's cool. All right, let me rock the top down, let me focus this. Oh, that's the wrong way. There it is. Okay, so I have one of the early revisions of my brush box. You can tell because the paint is super matte, and also the paint also scratches off of it, which is not. Wow, look at that. Okay, the Blackmagic gets the red so much better than the top down. Does the face cam? Or sorry, does the not the face cam? The paint cam get it right? Yeah, the paint cam gets it right. Okay, just the top down camera. All right. It's probably some fluid dynamics Blackmagic crap that only specific engineers understand. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. I like to use one of my boxes as a box for all my oil stuff. All right, got one of these bad boys, and then a bunch of stuff. Okay. Grab some mineral spirits, some more spongy brushes, and then some oil paints. I think we'll keep it simple. We'll just go with a burnt umber and a black here. Maybe just straight up burnt umber because the model is largely cream colored and it's going to take a darker color exceedingly well. This is black. What kind of black is this? Ivory black. Okay, I also got Payne's gray, got some red, and what's this color? White. I have white ink, or sorry, white oil paint. I haven't used it yet. Okay. All right, these two. We'll start with just straight up burnt umber. The oil paints that I buy that seem to be doing me pretty well are Sennelier, in case you are you interested. Let's do it. Oh, I didn't put that cap on very well, did I? Luckily, oil paint doesn't dry very fast. Payne's gray. I also have Payne's gray. Yeah, Payne's gray is pretty good. Alrighty then. Let's get some mineral spirits. How many of you guys always shake something, a liquid thing, whenever you like grab it? Like, you know, milk, Gatorade, literally anything, not just edible stuff. I like to have a little bit of mineral spirits in its own dish just because it makes it easier to clean the brush out. You give your Dr. Pepper a good shake? Before every sip/use, almost every time. All right, cool. Because of Marco, I'm now aware of Payne's Gray and Mars Black. I saw them in art last week. I was like, I know those. Nice. Gotta make sure it still works. I might have been able to get away with like a sepia color. I don't know. I kind of like the darker brown. Provided that it still sticks around, you know. It needs to stick around. If it doesn't stick around, then it's fucking useless. Okay. As it stands, it's a little thick. It's a little thick, which, like, you know, I don't think I mind. I once took some scenic water and ended up having to wait for days to get all the bubbles out before I could use it. Oh yeah. She's a little thick and that's okay. All right, let's clean this brush out as good as we can. All right, let's just see what happens. We might need some more mineral spirits, and that's okay. I don't necessarily know what I'm looking for. I would like it to run fluidly into all the recesses. And stay there, you know, preferably. I don't know if it's gonna do that, but that's what I would like. Let's see what happens though. Let's go some more non-mission critical on the back here. Okay. Seems like I'm committing to an all-over wash, which is fine. Oh, I can kind of soak up some of the wash a little bit. There's no way when I come back with with a little sponge brush and start to wipe away this oil paint, there's no way it's going to stick around in the cracks. I think what I'm gonna do, because I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work out like that. I think I'm gonna get a brush that has maybe a little bit more accuracy, which will allow me to be a little bit more surgical with where I put the oil wash. All right, something like that. I don't know. I know if I wait an hour, it might work. Maybe this is too much oil wash. Yeah, it's too much oil wash in my brush. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. This is new to me. Don't judge. And it might even take long to do this, honestly. I think the key is to do one thing at a time so I don't miss any edges. All right, so we'll do this wingdinger first. When it works, it just looks so magical, honestly. And can you just fucking stay there, please? Can you stay where I put you? Oh, it looks so good when it works. I'm hoping that because it's a little thick, it's going to not want to spread as much. I don't know though. We'll see. We will see. It's gonna have no problem sticking in this recess, this like runic thing. Because it's just so deep down there. All right. Okay, and the last thing to recess shade on this wingdinger is just the whole thing on the back. Oop. Oh, look at that. It ran around the whole edge. Love it. The dreaded Drukhari wingdinger. Also, Dan's dudes come with a ton of stuff built in. I'm happy for him. Good old Dan. We had a bit of a repeat of Frostgrave in that Necromunda game we played. Dan has he has a flashbang grenade that he can stick into a grenade launcher and fire at me. And in our 6-round game, it's really a 5-round game. We didn't play the 6th round. In our 5-round game, 3 out of the 5 rounds, the first activation he took in every single round was to shoot these 2 dudes, one of my champions, sadly, and a ganger, with this AoE bomb, the flashbang, from across the map. and he blinded both those guys first thing, top of round. When that happens, the ganger loses their ready marker. And if they've already activated, they apparently lose the ready marker for the next turn. And so 3 out of the 5 rounds, 2 of my gangers, one of them my fucking champion with a grenade launcher, just couldn't do anything because he was flashbanged. I was like, God damn it, this is Bronzegrave all over again. Dan calls the flashing. Exactly, you got it. Blinding light, that's what it is, yes. Oh right, sorry, it's not that ruthless. They get an initiative test, yes, and I think I passed it one out of the 6 times I rolled it. Yeah, I did. I wasn't able to do that. Dan gets super horny about blinding people. Yeah, look at that. Look how awful that looks. Jesus Christ. And it's spreading. It's like a disease. Look at it. It looks so bad. I almost feel like it's not even like worth the effort that I'm going through to make all of these recesses nice and crispy, because like it's just gonna spread like crazy, and it's like almost not gonna matter, you know? Okay, anyways. All right, we did the other back wing dinger. So now let's do like where the collar meets the rest of the armor, these little things, the tubes. Fuck it, I'm gonna send it. I should have thought about the fact that I don't know how much the oil wash is going to color the surface. Ideally not very much, just simply because I gloss varnished it, but if it does, I had my undercoat a nice bright white, and I should have just kept it like that, because this is going to potentially tint it a little bit. Summon Lesser Maker the whole year of subbing. Thank you, sir. Use an acrylic ink wash, or an acrylic wash. No, acrylic ink wash instead, and use my fingertips to wipe off anywhere it spreads, and I end up with almost the same result without. Okay, hey, let's try that. We'll do this, and then we'll try Mike Janae's. We'll try it his way and see if that is easier, and then we can use nicer brushes as well, because I'm not like concerned about oil washes fucking with my shit. This I do want to drown in oil wash. Noosh is meant to be perfect for this. Possibly. Jason should have left some here for me. I want this to work. I want oil washes to be the magic that they've been advertised to me as. All right, it is 2:20, so at 3:20, I'm gonna need to start the cleaning, or somewhere around 3:15 or something like that. Noosh, 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 noosh. The hands are going to be gloves. That is all white armor. I do the helmet still. Ugh, you see, like, this is awful. Look at the leg spikes, you know? I want to zoom in, but maybe you can just trust me when I say there is no dark thin line around the spike. There is just the spread light brown remnant. Like on some of the deeper details, like on where his wingdinger meets his back, there is a bit of a dark line there still, surrounded by the stuff that's spread out. Ugh, it's awful. I know it, but it does look awful until I clean it off, and then it looks kind of banging. All right, let's do his head now. The almighty head. Ugh. Maybe it needs to be thicker. These Incubi models are old. I thought they were new. The wash is also gonna stay really nicely in these like this little visor right here. Just because it's recessed so nicely. I love how in their helmet design they have like slots for ears. That's funny. All right, did I get all the edges? It's like impossible. I'm certainly gonna miss something. Oh, the back of the green thing. Ooh, almost missed that. Okay. The other nice part about using an acrylic ink is I have just more options for colors. All right, we're gonna let that dry, and we're gonna do a little experiment with a very similar color with ink to see if we get a bit of a different look. I don't know if I have actually burnt umber in an ink. I think I do actually. Oh, it's like thick though. Oh, it's omega thick. Okay. What should we do? Should I use an acrylic ink? Yeah, why not? Okay. Mike, do you just mix water into your ink wash, or do you use like flow aid or something, or a medium of some type? Flow aid makes sense. Some amount of flow aid makes sense. Or flow medium. I have flow medium. Maybe flow medium and some water? You don't thin it at all? Okay, my ink is far too thick to be used like that because it's old. But I do have this box of Vallejo stuff right next to me. I bet there's a ink in here that I could use. Let's take a look. Pretty thin already for FW ink, yeah. All right, so I think the inks have the red rings. All right, give me a sec here, stream. We're experimenting. Special effects, special effects. Special effects, where the fuck are the inks, bruh? There's an ink. What's this? Do they only give me very colorful, fancy inks? Yeah, it seems that way. And there's like a sepia wash. Shoot! Wait, no, I probably took the ink out already and I've been using it. Hell yeah, there it is. All right. Let's do a little ink wash here. Not really a wash. Call it a pin wash. Not all inks are created equal for what it's worth. Most of them seem to operate pretty similarly, but the Green Stuff World ones are fucking trash. They're so bad. I don't know what happened there, but they are literally awful to work with. All right. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna use pure unadulterated sepia ink, and we're just gonna see how well it flows into the recesses. Also, I'm gonna put a sepia out, but I'm also gonna put their version of burnt umber out because I kind of already used burnt umber on those guys over there. Well, let's just see what they both look like. All right. Right. Come on, man. Okay. How much of this is me just painting in the recess and it actually flowing in there nicely? For what it's worth, I do like this this sepia color. It's not really sepia, it's like a darker brown. A little bit thicker, a little bit more paint in the bristles. I don't actually care if there's a little bit on the edge because I am going to be doing some amount of an edge highlight. All right, it doesn't want to spread. I just put a fat bead down and it didn't really go anywhere. Okay. What up, Official Pixel? What up, Fido? All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of flow medium and then maybe some water just to reduce the viscosity and hopefully make it, which speaking of, I'm not gonna put this on a palette, I'm gonna put this in a little cup. Water are you talking about? We're comparing oil pin washing to ink pin washing right now. Maybe 1 drop of that, 2 drops maybe? It's not actual flow aid, it's a flow medium, so it's not as intense as real flow aid. All right, and then I got a little bottle of water somewhere. I think this is ink, or sorry, that's alcohol. That would not be good. Here it is. There's no water in it. Nice. I'm basically making a wash right now. If you guys ever wanted to make your own wash, like say you need to like make some wash for a terrain, and you don't want to like use all of your expensive miniature painting wash, there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can just add water to acrylic paint, and that's like a really fast and dirty way of doing it. And then another way you can do it is by taking ink, adding a tiny amount of flow aid or dish soap. People use dish soap a lot as a surfactant. And then a bunch of water. All right, just that amount of water. You don't need a lot of water to make it want to flow around more. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens now. All right, what I want to see it do is what an oil wash does. I want to see it travel. So if I touch it down, it should run down a recess. That wasn't enough, apparently. Nope. Okay, well, I kind of just killed the opacity of this stuff now. What am I doing wrong, Mike? Yeah, exactly, Cree. What up, Paint Hand Dan? when you do it, does it operate like a oil wash? Does it you touch it down to a crack and then it spreads? That's kind of what I'm hoping for here. Oh, it kind of did it right there. Yeah, okay. Let's try this little anklet thing down here. This is a good spot to do a test. Okay. Look at it go. Hey. Okay, so maybe it's just a matter of me getting more. Hey! Look at that foot. Not as aggressively, but it's usually fairly close, okay? The foot was nice. That is kind of how it's drying a little, it's not very dark though, and maybe that comes down to me just thinning it too much, so I'm gonna add some more ink. I've used dish soap and airbrush thinner before. They both work and doesn't spread as much as oil wash does, okay? Jay Peso says, shit, son, it's working pretty good. All right, yeah, we're gonna add some more ink here, get a darker effect, but hopefully retain some of that viscosity, or I guess lack of viscosity. Sometimes you can just go over it again too and it'll darken up. Yeah, that makes sense. But the army painter in me is saying, that's just more layers of paint. You know? Okay, hold on. I need more. It seems like in some areas it wants to work, and in some other areas it doesn't want to work. All right, I think it's gonna work great right here on the wingdinger string. No? All right, not enough? More? Kind of just stop midway. Okay, kind of worked there. I'm obviously going very slow, and I'm being very deliberate right now, but it's because I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like when you're a noob and you're doing something for the first time, you have to like try out things in a variety of ways to see if like your methodology is wrong. And you have to compare and contrast. You have to see, okay, I want it to work like this, but it's not. So what do I have to do? Try something else and kind of go from there. It's a lot easier to do the anklet thing because I don't care about the anklet. It's gonna get painted a different color anyways. I don't know. Keep trying. Now he's an army painter. Hey man, I have a lot of painted things for games now. I'm doing okay. Something like Jet Dry is surfactant and decreases surface tension in fluid, so they glide over surfaces better. Nice. Just bought my ticket for Salute. Awesome, man. Have fun. Oh, I hate stripping stuff, Digital Soul. Always feels so bad. Here's what I'll say, Mike. In terms of the wash, just like insta spreading, it's a lot more straightforward with an oil wash. Like any noob can take an oil wash, mix mineral spirits into it, and it will spread like magic. But where the men are separated from the boys, as it were, comes in the cleanup phase and understanding how thick of a wash to make and stuff like this. This isn't as straightforward, at least. Which isn't to say that it's not as good. The Almighty Spaz, thanks for the sub, appreciate it. I'm super excited. First Wargame Con of any type and first competition entry. Oh, nice. Awesome. Have fun, Squig. I've heard of some people taking like contrast paint stuff and doing pin washing with that. And I've tried that, but not like super intensely. And that honestly doesn't feel too different than this. Excuse me. Mac Blaze, thank you for the sub. Mike, how often are you having to clean up stuff with your finger? Like, are you pretty haphazard about like how you apply it? Are you cleaning very often, or are you avoiding that at all costs? The hard part is like, if I fuck up somewhere in here, it's kind of impossible to clean, just because it's a cramped, narrow area. Hiccups for 4 days? Way more often? Okay, so you're more slapdash about it then. So maybe I need to be more slapdash about it. It's nice when you have a detail like this. Like when I don't care about the thing and I can like wash over it, and then like the extra kind of goes around the thing that I'm washing. Like that makes it really easy to do. Like here, like this thing, watch. I have a little fleur-de-lis. Oh, that's way too much. Relax. If I can paint around or paint on top of the fleur-de-lis and it just washes like that, honestly, that was a little bit too much. But it's so much easier when I have that as an option. Or the strings too are an example of that. I wonder how Gundam panel line would work. Yeah, so another alternative to this would be to use enamels. I do have enamel brown. We could make our own enamel panel liner. I don't think it's gonna be very different though. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. See right there with an oil wash? You fuck up like that, you're fine. With this, you're not so fine. I didn't notice. Shoot. All right. I'm going to be honest. This is not for me. I don't think this is how I want to paint this entire army. I'm trying to figure out if I'm just being silly. This is a me problem. This is Pepcac. Problem exists between desk and painting desk and chair. Wet my finger and then rub it off, or I'll just do it with a little brush here, a little spongy brush. I'm looking at painting veins of gold in rock. Is there some alternative way of doing it? Pebdac, there it is. Pebdac. Pebpdeck? Yeah, there is. Cover the rock in dryer sheet that you tear up, and then airbrush the gold through the dryer sheet onto the rock, and you'll get like very realistic veins of gold. Why am I not using oils? To cry some more, because oils also have their problems. Here is an example of an oil pin wash that I just did. The surfactant in the oil wash is so strong that it pulls itself out of the cracks and spreads. And yes, I can clean it up, but cleaning up is a whole step in and of itself. And very often while cleaning up, you'll just lose the entire panel line in the recess that you're hoping it'll stay in. So it's not foolproof. The wings make me think of Winged Lancers from Kislev. Yeah, definitely. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add some black to my oil wash just because I like the color of the ink that we just did better. And that will also thicken my oil wash, which may save us here. We'll see. I might grab some, I'm not counting out ink pin washing right now. I'm not trying to say it's like worse or anything like that. Okay, now we got a nice, rich dark brown. Honestly, we could even go a tiny skosh darker. And this, I don't really think I thickened it that much, if I'm being totally honest. Something interesting about oil washes is that the mineral spirits, because it's similar to alcohol, I think it evaporates pretty quickly. And so over time, while you are oil washing, it gets thicker and thicker. I think it's perfectly fair to know after that test that ink doesn't fit the way you want it to. Okay, so if you think that's true, then I feel more comfortable like not pursuing that further. But again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't know. I'll thart nar, as the English say, in that accent. That's how they all speak, right? That was a pretty flawless interpretation, I think. I'll thart nar. Sorry, I'm an asshole. Oop, wrong button. Nar. Okay, I darkened it down. Let's see what we got. Okay, a little bit too much oil wash. Yeah, if the oil wash could stay like that, oh, that would be so fucking mint. Nar is Aussie, but the British know it's close. Okay. As a British man, that was spot on. Thankfully, the British viewers have a sense of humor in my Twitch channel. All right, I'm just gonna spread it all over this green thing, because this I don't care about if it's like muddy and nasty. No, but it isn't. Look, it's spreading like fucking madness, dude. It ain't English until you say in it. Blighted Brush Studios. Thanks for the sub. People in England say blood? I thought that was an American thing. It also, I feel like, I might be wrong about this, but I feel like the thicker lines that collect in the recesses are a little bit stronger than the thin stuff that spreads to the surface, or at the very least they're like more protected. And so like maybe when I go to wipe it up, it'll stick around if I wait the right amount of time, you know? Oh, that was way too much oil wash. Jesus Christ. Also, I gotta remind myself that it doesn't need to be perfect. Like it doesn't need to like be this flawless shading that I'm like hoping for. Like I'm not painting an heavy metal style army here. That'd be ridiculous. But if there is some amount of shading, like that would be nice. Blood is more roadman. Bruv is definitely, yeah, definitely. Bruv, okay. To get motorcycle units or wait a minute to nab the better combat patrol. I don't know, what's the motorcycle units? Is that Orlok? House Orlok? House Orlok is kind of like a motorcycle gang, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Okay. Oh, there's like these rib things that need some shading. Undoubtedly, I'm gonna miss some detail that needs to get shaded, and I'm gonna be sad about it later. Neck area is gonna go black, so I need to wash that. It looks so awful. It looks so awful. It's ridiculous. All right, we're gonna add more paint. Just in the name of experimentation. Rib things. Rib things indeed. Speaking of the rib things, I didn't nail them on the first guy we have murdered with oil wash. Oh, the Gene Stealer Jackals. Okay, nice. Drukhari rib for your pleasure. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the good point, Mike. Having to restart with oil washes isn't the easiest thing due to that dry time. All right. I'm just gonna slowly add more and more oils until like the consistency of the oil wash like noticeably changes. How much for me to send you a model to paint? I don't do commission painting. I used to, but not anymore. Thank you for thinking of me, though. I appreciate that. Noximus, I'd rather teach you how to paint minis than paint your minis. Has anyone tried water mixable oil paints? No, but I've seen some cosplayers use them to weather their stuff. And I don't know if that really translates to mini painting so well, but you know, they're real. You can mix oil paint with water. It's a marvel of modern science. I'll do, okay, everyone has a price. You mean, yeah, sure. If you want to pay me $3 grand to paint a single Space Marine size figure, I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, it can't be a Space Marine because I've sworn off Space Marines. But a Space Marine sized figure and no larger, I'll paint it for $3 grand. More oil versus mineral spirits is gonna make it take longer to dry. It might, yeah, it might make it take longer to dry. I don't know. Yeah, that seems reasonable though. Again, I'm new to all this stuff. You guys might even know more than me. So if you have any like words of wisdom, share it with me, you know, in the chat. But I wanted Karn in blue and white. You want a Primarch? That yeah. Full chapter of Dark Angels are arranged in the shape of a real life Space Marine coming your way. How much for an actual Space Marine? Oh, man, I can't be a liar on the internet, you know? I'd get endless shit for that. I already get endless shit for getting booted out of GW's Warhammer World. I can't get more shit. All right, let's just see. I don't want to move on before we give this a couple of seconds just to settle up and see what happens. Yeah, if the ratio is higher amount of oil and thinner, it'll dry slower. I want to get a few models from different painters I like, so I have something to aspire to. That's cool. That's a cool thing. I do that as well. I have some paint jobs from Benjamin Cantor and Romain Lapat in my display cabinet. This shit wipes off nicely with dollar bills, Scott. Oh my God. Oils dry much faster if you're just pin washing like Scott is doing, but you can always add liquid. Oh yeah, liquid to speed it up in the dry time considerably. Okay, that's great advice. Thank you, Apocalypse Nurse. Did I ever paint Laukavai? I did not, no. Adding linseed oil may take even longer. Speaking of that, I think you can put the oil on a piece of cardboard or something absorbent, and then once the oil has sucked out of the paint a little bit, then mix it into the mineral spirits, and it will dry even faster. Oh, nice, Rufus. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. I don't know, man. Getting booted from Warhammer World is kind of metal. I mean, it kind of is, but it sucked a lot. Would love to own a Romain Lapat piece at some point in my life. Yeah, he sells them on his website. All right, let's take a look. So, let's do a little contrast here. I added more paint, and it definitely worked better. It's not spreading as much. There's still some to deal with, of course, but there's still like nice thin dark lines in there. Cardboard is a must for me. Okay. Yes, Psy Squig. Cardboard would leach out the oil, correct. If you were a Stormcast Eternal that got recently removed from the roster, what name would you be? Oh, Sag, bruh. Sag. Okay, so it's getting better, and it's still doing the magic oil thing where it, like, you know, goes into the crack. I can tell it's getting a little bit worse, though, but let's keep pushing it. Let's see how much thicker we can go before it doesn't do the magic oil thing anymore. And instead, is just globby. At that point, we've reached our limit, but we're gonna try to sneak up on it. I keep adding burnt umber and black in roughly equal quantities here, just to tease in some more paint. And again, I think it's going to evaporate. The white spirits will evaporate, mineral spirits will evaporate a little bit as well, meaning it'll thicken over time. This kind of specificity is ridiculous. Like, you would never do this if you were like doing an army. But I'm just curious. I want to know if there's like what's the optimal thickness? What does it feel like? What does it look like? You know, when I can figure that out, then I can get it, or at least nail something close to it much more easy. My entire army of Stormcast Eternals got axed. Ooh. Oh, that's fucking brutal. How often do I deal with eye strain fatigue? Almost never. I'm pretty lucky. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that too often. Although I've heard if you do have to deal with that, diopters are something of a good solution. Like the magnifying glasses. Because you have to do less work to focus. Scott is still young. Yeah, I'm 32. Can't take skeletons from us. Yes, those are safe to say. There will always be some version of skeletons in some fantasy game that GW is making. Rufus says that is not at all accurate. Only the models in some specific heroes are going away. The units are mostly still in AOS, so you can just proxy the old models in for the same units. So like the War Scrolls are staying in the game, but the models are going away? I thought they were removing the War Scrolls because like the Stormcast Eternals are just so fucking bloated. Like, I'm hoping that panel line right there is going to stay nice and crispy. They said the scrolls were going to be legendary in 2025, I thought. Oh, I remember that. I know that game. I had to play that game. My Wood Elves were in AOS, and they had fancy rules for them, and then they became legends, and they went the way of the dodo, as it is, or as people say. Guys, look at that. Look at that strap right there. It's kind of staying put, you know? It ain't spreading out like fucking this shit. Look at that. Look at that comparison. Those straps on the Wingdingers. The Wingdinger straps. Much better. Less bloat in the War Scrolls and less bloat in the armor. Nice. Yeah, they specifically said that in the release, mostly the heroes are getting axed. The main units are new scrolls and new sculpts. New and improved Wingdingers! All right. I'm feeling good. It kind of also comes down to you just applying the right amount of oil wash as well. Like, because if you look at this side of the axe thing, there is a lot of spread going on. And I imagine it's because I put far too much oil in there. Yeah, you're right, Mike. There isn't a lot of paint for the little itty bitty spikes to stick to. There's not much of a recess, and so it's much more challenging. It makes it harder also to try to clean off the oil paint because inevitably you're just going to wipe the stuff that is supposed to be your shade away. Oh boy, it looks so good when you first put it down. Only it would stay like that. Have I tried applying oil wash from a fountain pen? I haven't, but what I understand about that kind of ink, and also like India ink, is that they require a medium to absorb into, and hard plastic is not that, and so it won't work, I think. I suggest a liner with longer bristles. Okay, let's try that out. I did just get some new brushes from PK Pro, and I think some of them are synthetics. Actually, I think none of them are. I think they're all very fancy brushes. But surely we can sacrifice one of these to the oil wash gods. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Sorry, PK Pro. Am I wrong about that, HUD? I think that's right. We'll go for a thin brush so that it has less capacity for paint, which will hopefully cause less of it to bleed out. Because it definitely happens where if you put too much oil wash on, it bleeds out. Like I did it here on the foot here. I did it on the foot here as well. Bristles for the oil wash gods. I've seen people use fountain pens with oil / enamel washes in them on the gun. Oh, okay. Okay, you saw a Gunpla person panel line with it. It looked great. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. All right. There's like a little fuzzy thing on the end of the brush. Fucked with my recess. Starting to lose some of that magic oil. Like, you see it. I just put it on his kneecap and we only ran down to like halfway. Yeah, it's back to manual panel lining at this point. Yeah, I kind of feel that way. It's like manual panel lining, but like slightly aided by the oil wash. It's not like as awful, but like we're not improving on much, unfortunately. Maybe this was the wrong brush. And maybe some amount of what am I trying to say right now? Like some amount of actually flooding the surface in like a micro way is required. But yeah, we're definitely getting close to just recess shading. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, these models are gloss coated. Yep. I'm not sure if it's super obvious, but you see the shine on that white armor. But maybe it could be even glossier, you know? Okay, we're gonna sacrifice another brush to the oil wash gods. I've heard recess shading is magic. Oh, it absolutely is. We're gonna get a bigger brush, so a larger capacity for paint, which means we're gonna flood the surface more. I don't think I really ruined this brush. I think I could definitely use it for acrylic paint still. There we go. I forgot I had this. Recess shading is magic. It's not easy, but what it does to your model's paint job is magic. Yeah, this is fine. I didn't ruin this brush. I don't really think oil washing really ruins brushes anyways. Are we talking sparks? Yes. We're talking sparks. All right, let's see if I have a bit. So that it like soaked up the brush like immediately. I'm going to add some mineral spirits to the wash. There also something else to keep in mind is there are other colors that are like more suited to oil washing. Like oil washing on a cream or a white or a bright color in general is particularly more punishing than like a darker color would be. Also, I think oil washes lend themselves more to like stuff that doesn't need to be like ultra clean. Like it works really well on my skeletons for my Soulbite Gravelords. Thinning paint with vinegar. Make a nice little salad dressing oil wash. It's spreading more. If we look at the back of this thing after a bit more time, it's not as bad as the first one, but it did spread a little bit more since we checked in on it last. The quintessential ingredient for grimdark painting style, yes. A little rice wine vinegar. Black. Oh, see, that looks nice and crispy. Right, that helmet there. Okay. Did I get all of the recesses? I think so. All the white recesses, I should say, or the ones that matter. Okay. Did I finish this model? I think I did. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Boner boys! What up, Dan? Usually ask for the house wash on my salad. Nice. Love the way that Frazzoni uses oil washes, airbrush, oil wash, oil blends. Yes, yeah, it doesn't necessarily need to be super accurate. It's largely darker colors. Who won the Adepticon game between me and Jay? Jay slew me with his Gene Stealer cults. He was the victor.
What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you.
It was good though. I had a good experience playing 40K. I kind of walked into it expecting it to be the sci-fi version of Age of Sigmar, and you know, it kind of is, but it's also kind of not that also, which is good. Yes, I'm in a painting race with Jay. I don't know if it's not, I guess it's not a race necessarily, because we're not trying to beat someone to the finish line, because I would stand literally no chance against Jay. It's more of a, like, I don't know. There are ways that we can score points, and whoever has more points by the end of the year wins. So it's kind of a race. About Bobbertown? What is going on? What? Painting contest? Yeah, kind of. It does include gaming. Like, I think when you play a game of 40K, you also earn some points for this little system we have. It's fun. Jay has like in one of his videos, he has like a rubric that determines like how many points you earn for doing various things like conversions and nice character paint jobs and stuff like that. So ostensibly, you guys could be involved if you wanted to, and you could crush me as well. Escalation, that's a great idea, yeah. My trash boys are feeling great, Dan. The one mighty and strong is still kicking. We hired a Stig Shambler. He's big and scary. Yeah, Jay is insane. Also, not to complain, but it is kind of 2v1. Jay doesn't have to edit his videos. Nick does that for him, which is nice. I would love to have an editor. So, not fair. I'm complaining. Must be fucking nice, Jay. Nice, Dan. I kind of like my penitent engine idea, honestly, if I'm being honest. That is definitely working for me. To rope you guys into the conversation, I've recently hired a Stig Shambler for my gang. A Stig Shambler is short for Stigma. Basically, in Khador land, people see like physical abnormality as like a sin. But they also like don't mind using that abnormality to their benefit. So if like say you have like a mutant who's like ultra strong, they're not gonna like burn you at the stake. They're gonna like put you to war. And so a Stig Shambler is a super big brute with a smaller, nimble guy on top of him shooting a gun. And, you know, that should remind you of Mad Max. I've never seen that movie, but I've been told that there is a character in that movie that is, you know, a tiny guy on top of a big guy. And that's kind of like just a level of goof that I'm not into. I'm not into that level of goof. So I'm trying to think of a conversion, and I've thought of a couple of different ideas, but one that I really like is essentially a KOTOR penitent engine, where there is a person being crucified for their sins inside of the machine, and it is driven by their spiritual guilt. I was reading the lore of a penitent engine, and they're fucked. I'm pretty sure my phone auto-corrected to Bobbertown. I've been one girl show for 14 years. It'd be nice to have an editor. Yeah. You've been at it longer than I have. You're just twice as invested in the process as Jay. Absolutely. That's what it is. That's what it is. Casually admitting he's never watched Thunderdome. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Dan, that is not true, Dan. I definitely failed it more than I passed it. But I don't really care. Sororitas as some of the gnarliest models, more than Drukhari, I'd say. Yeah, in terms of like models in the range, I feel like most of the gnarly stuff comes from like the Kronos Parasite engine, Talos Pain engine, and other various stuff. Oh, another hilarious thing that happened in me and Dan's game was he handcuffed one of my fucking dudes. He put him in goddamn handcuffs. That was hilarious. You blinded me 3 out of 5 of our rounds, and the blind happened 2 out of 3 times for my one ganger. And I can't remember. It was a 5-round game. We ended on the 6th round. We didn't play the 6th round. Basically, I'm trying to remember how many times I shot my grenade launcher. Can't remember. Did I shoot it twice? I shot your leader in the back once. And then I did a AoE shot. I think I did I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm also just like chatting and painting right now, so I'm just like recess shading random recesses that are in front of my face on this model. KOTOR as like a feeder school for Sisters of Battle does feel really good. Yeah. So what's the other gnarly stuff in Sisters of Battle? Obviously the Sister Apenia, the Arcoflagellants, the Penitent Engines, the other version of a Penitent Engine. I don't know what it's called. Those are all pretty gnarly. I love the cathedral, like, or the organ pipe missile launcher thing. That's so cool. That's not like gnarly, but that's just fucking cool. Hit the bolter and my launcher and my leader and an AoE. Okay, so 2 out of 5 rounds, he must have been blinded then. Immolator, yeah, possibly an immolator. Arcoflagelants are literally lobotomized criminals. Cherubs, yeah, I don't know what's the deal with cherubs. What are cherubs? They seem kind of like harmless, or not harmless, but like they're just little flying babies. But like that can't be good. There's definitely some more going on there. Cherubs are vat-grown babies. Yeah, that's pretty pretty fucked. Them carrying around the body of Saint Catherine. Yeah. But that's a little bit more reasonable. Just because like we have like relics of, the blood of various saints in churches across the world right now. So it's a little bit easier to grok that. Doesn't make it any less gross though, but more relatable, I suppose. In old lore, they were real babies that died in childbirth. They changed it for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's rough. Playing some sludge, dude. Relic Blade, Sludge, Yafsiga, Mordheim, the Doom. I never heard of the Doom, but I've heard of the rest. It's exciting to hear. Apocalypse Nurse. Leader Duel Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. I mean, it wasn't much of a duel. You walked up and housed me, and then I died. Actually, I didn't know that you could in Necromunda, if you seriously injure someone in combat, even if you've spent both your actions, you can get a free consolidate, so you can move like 2 or 3 inches. Or if you've seriously injured someone, you can just immediately kill them with something called a coup de grace, which is like stabbing them while they're on the ground. That's good to know, because like I think I'm gonna try to do that with Jedediah now more often. I'm gonna find someone who's isolated, because it needs to be, you can't be engaged with anyone else in order to, if you want to, coup de grace. So find someone who's alone, walk up, crush them, coup de grace them immediately. Because I feel like when you roll an injury die, and I could be wrong about this, 3 of the dice faces are serious injuries. 3 of the dice faces are flesh wounds. 2 of them are serious injuries, and then 1 of them is insta death, right? Is that how it works? Because that means that on a 50% of your dice rolls when you're rolling for a serious injury means you're outright killing someone, which is awesome. The Age of Apostasy. Not too deep in the 40k lore. Not sure what that is. Too much oil wash. Guys, I'm making a new model. Not an elf, not a vampire. And I cannot wait to show you the concept. It is turning out so good. Exactly like what I want the character to be. Can't wait to show you. But I don't want to talk about it, because I feel like I always talk about everything. I gotta keep some things secret. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Viewer, picking up a brush coffin. Let's go. Thank you, viewer. It's the lore resulting in these sororitas being formed. Elf-pyre? Ooh, elf-pyre. That's a fun word. It's a dwarf pirate. Age of Apostasy is the 36th millennium. Okay, another Kickstarter? Absolutely not, Ash. Fuck Kickstarter. Just a regular old model you can buy. If it's not minis of Bullet and Crusher, you'll be disappointed. That'd be fun. I don't know. They have like these vents on the sides of their face, but I don't think when I try to clean off the oil wash, it's really going to stick around because it is quite a shallow recess, but I'll try. We'll see what happens. It's Dan dressed as a wizard casting blinding light. Yeah, dude. Hundo P. That's what it is. Scott's gonna smash him with hammers. Oh my god. I made a model just so I could get some catharsis. That'd be so epic. If you're interested in seeing the concept, I'm going to share it in my behind the scenes post on Patreon this Thursday. So if you're down for that, that's one thing I do for my patrons, the lowest tier. We'll do behind the scenes posts every Thursday. And I'm back on the saddle. I kind of fell off the behind the scenes post saddle while I was thick in the Kickstarter game, but now I'm back on it, and I'm feeling good, like I should. All right, we missing any bits? I'm gonna keep the green thing as is because it's gonna go black. Okay, feeling good. All right, we're at the hour mark for the first guy we oil washed, but we'll let it go a little bit longer. It'll be fine. And then we'll start cleaning the rest. Patreon, you say? Teals Akiri. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. This brush is getting a little haywire on me. Thank you for the Bezos bucks. Appreciate it. No, that's water. That's not how that works. Brush is kind of a little gnarlberg. Stuck in there good though. Shoot. Yeah, he does have a mini of himself already. Did Broken Toad close their doors? I think they did, yeah. Was someone saying something about a pasta sea? A sea of pasta? No, but we can start talking about that now. Yeah, there's a Dan Mawson model available right now on Dark Sword Miniatures. What should I paint next? A Necron? Plague Marines? Space Marines? Skeletons? Cruel Boys? Stormcast? Night Haunt? Or another night? Night Haunt, dude. Paint some ghosty boys. Ain't that sick executioner looking dude from the Night Haunt box? That's got that big, thick sword, dude. That guy rules. He is so cool. I feel like Night Haunt as a concept works better as an accessory to an undead army than it does as its own thing. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Chain Rasp. I got 20 Chain Rasps that I haven't painted yet. Or that are, sorry, partially painted. Number 10. Tenero has landed on Kurdos Valentian as her 2025 Gold Demon entry. Is that like some Space Marine guy? I remember that they did a raffle for a bunch of Spira Mirabalis models, and they kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Yeah, I also remember that. Nighthaunt is a superior undead race. How dare you? Kree says, I agree. Make Ghosty Boys part of the vampire counts again. I agree. I agree. Okay. One detail at a time. Let's do the left leg. This is the Nighthaunt King thing in a throne. Okay, nice. Same with the Slayers. They're so much better as a unit than an army. Yeah, I agree at too. They do spread them too thin. Let's see if I can paint the Nighthaunt faster than you can do your pin washing. Hey, don't put that kind of fucking pressure on me. How could you? Over here minding my own business, and you're gonna drop the painting gauntlet like that? The pressure's on me. There. Painted the little hip wing dinger things. I guess we'll do the arm now. Is there a 40k equivalent of Nighthaunt? I don't think so. Space ghosts. I think the closest thing would have to be Necrons, but those are more skeletons than they are ghosts. Probably something in the lore. I remember reading Aaron Dembski-Bowden's trilogy about Night Lords, and at some point there being a thing about like space wraiths getting on the ship and like possessing people and stuff. Ghosts with bolters, dude? Sounds like a missed opportunity. Absolutely it does. You There's some space ghosts up in here. There's some TV show, I think, called Space Ghosts Coast to Coast, I think. I've never seen it, though. Just reminded me of it. Legion of the Damned? Death as a faction needs to be represented in 40K, for sure. We need real vampires and real ghosts. That would be fucking cool. What was the most recent army added to 40K? That was a fresh new one. It was the squats, right? I always forget what they're called. Rotan, thank you. Fido for the save. Done. Yeah, not squats, Leagues of Votan. Best we can do is Blood Angels. Yeah, those guys are kind of vampire-y. Airbrush to many and it doesn't look like ass. Finally. Nice. Congrats on the Switch. Unless you were airbrushing a model's ass, in which case, my condolences. Nice. Haha, I win! I win! Alright, let's return to this first guy who used more of a burnt umber wash. Alright, so ideally, I'm not going to use any mineral spirits here, and I'd be able to just wipe this off. I'm going to paint. I'm gonna rub against the recesses instead of with them, so see it's happening. I'm just losing the definition instantly. Okay, kind of holding on to some of it there on that strap. Some of it more on those runes and stuff. Okay, that's kind of okay. Again, I have to remind myself that it doesn't need to be flawless. Because these are gaming miniatures, Scott. Okay. All right, Wingdinger's looking aight. The butt Wingdingers though they're kind of entirely a fail. spine thing. Spine thing looking okay. This is the promise of the oil wash exposed for the grim reality of what it is. Where is your God now, oil wash enjoyers? Just wait longer. I mean, it's working in some areas. It's not working everywhere, it would seem. And I think it's especially not going to work on these these leg spike things. Also, you know, it could be a skill issue. Okay, the foot. Oh no. Oh no, stream. At the very least, I have more to learn. Maybe it'll work better though on the other dudes. Cleans off really nicely. That's certain. That's for certain. Oh, I guess I just missed that foot altogether. Whoops. Shoulder spikes, they're looking alright. I think I need to kind of sneak into the in between the spikes a bit more with my spongy sponge. Okay, no, looking okay. Those looking alright. More to learn. What are you, some sort of living, breathing human? Yes. No gods, no ink washes. Face. I mean, the face was always going to look good just because of how deep that visor is. We did the chest as well. Chest is looking pretty good. What we need is a before and after. It is tinting the surface a little bit. Okay. There are some areas that are not easy to reach with the sponge, and so we're going to clean them up with some mineral spirits. Seems like the hand symbol right there doesn't really look good. Kind of soaked all that wash right up. I mean, it looks okay. The helmet does look pretty dope, yeah. What's the recipe for that white? Adric Knight, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. The white armor, I mean, honestly, after the oil wash, you can't even really see any of the shading I did. So it might as well just be a base coat of cream. What a fucking waste of time. What can you do? What can you do? All right, well, he doesn't look bad. He's not bad. He's okay. Let's try another one. So this guy was partially ink and then partially oil. I think we, at this point, thickened up the oil wash a little bit. Honestly, I can't really remember. I know on the third one we did. Come back to what a fucking waste of time. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not upset about me wasting time. I'm just commenting on it. Although I did sound salty, so I admit that. Anyways, to answer your question, it was a base coat of this, a highlight of that, a highlight. Did my camera just die? No. A highlight of white ink and then a shading of sepia ink. That was the armor recipe. And if you didn't catch that, it will be on the VOD, which you can find at Miniac's backlog. YouTube. Oh, and now we're doing a recess shade with oil wash, but it's largely an experiment, so I'm not really sure. Let's compare the chests. Testing oil and ink. Yeah, we did a little bit of an ink pen wash to see how it compares. I'm thinking the chest is a little bit better on the left one, but it could have been just luck. Could have been. Now I'm learning a little bit more now. Could have been that as well. Clean that up. Clean up that trash. Yeah, some of these areas are a little hard to reach with the sponge. mug. Rip their heads off. I want to paint their necks black because it's like their undersuit. I paint the undersuit black. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to do. Burnt sienna and umber oils have recently been my go-to washes. Yeah, for sure. That was what we're doing here. Burnt umber plus a candle black, I think. All right. Now we're starting to get into the darker and thicker oil washes. Okay, some thinness. Sorry, some thin dark lines sticking around. I don't even want to touch these little stud things. They just get wiped right off. It's doing okay. There's like a certain amount of wiping that you want to do. Before you kind of just wipe away all of your oil wash. So maybe I just need like a feather touch. Yes, I did. That's so thin dark. Nice. I did apply a varnish. Yes. I've never had mineral spirits take paint off of my models, for what it's worth. I have had me aggressively rubbing my model take paint off. So like the abrasion from that, but not like the solvency from, well, white spirits or whatever you call it, mineral spirits. I'm also not using mineral spirits right now, if anyone's curious, to clean up this oil wash. It's so fresh still, even though it's been sitting on the model for like an hour and a half. But it's not dry. It's not remotely close to drying yet. I also, you know what? I don't need there to be a thin dark line around every detail, because also I'm going to be doing a little bit of edge highlighting, which will do the job of a recessed shade as well. It does it in a different way. I found that I only ever have issues rubbing paint off with the drop in paint line. Maybe not regular acrylics, but contrast paints I learned the hard way. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's true. I've definitely experienced my fair share of that as well. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. You'll do like a zenithal undercoat with like inks, and then you'll apply a wash, and then everything just fucking goes to hell. It's hard to know when and why that happens. You might wait several days and then apply a wash, and it still happens, and it's like, what is going on? Okay. All right, let's compare this one to the second one we did. Are we getting better? Maybe a little bit. I think it just looks better purely because it's darker, not because the wash itself is necessarily doing a better job. Maybe I am getting better at not cleaning off all of the remaining recess shade. Done. God damn, that was fast. What's the plan for the blades? You know, I don't really have one, but lately I've been very into painting swords with Molotov chrome, and Incubi seem like they'd be the perfect candidate for having a very shiny and mean looking sword. See what I mean though about like a cruddy thing? Like this little loincloth here is cruddy and I don't really care about it, but like it doesn't really matter if the oil wash comes off poorly on that, because it kind of is just supposed to look like that. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. All right, now the fourth dude, hopefully just getting better and better. Let's see if I can keep any thin lines around the sigil on his forearm. I think if you try to post a link, my bot's just gonna eat it. I don't think I have a mod here right now to allow you to do that. Hot pink blades. Oof. I don't know about that. All right, we're gonna do really light passes with this. Really light passes. Okay, maybe there's a bit hanging around, but yeah, it's very difficult to preserve the shading around such a finely detailed part. Gotta feed them poor bots somehow. You could definitely send it to me on Discord, yeah. You can just tag me in one of the channels if you are on my server. Or something like that. Okay. 2 of the forearm filigree. Maybe I'll try the next time I do an oil wash, which I assume will be Dark Eldar related. Maybe I'll try to wait like 2 hours, you know, just see what happens. Or maybe I'll try to use like Liquin, or I'll try to have some of the oil get absorbed into cardboard, or a combination of any of those things, just to see if like maybe I'm not waiting long enough, and maybe if I wait longer, it will produce a cleaner and sharper result like I'm after. Yes, Long Belly. It's just a block of wood with double-sided tape on it. Nothing too crazy. Molotov chrome effective, indeed. Oh no, this side is not used yet. Appreciate it, Adric Knight. Okay, I don't think this one's any better than the last one we did in terms of like retaining that nice dark thin line. I'll also say that I am cleaning them significantly faster than I did wash them, which means that every single one that I am cleaning is having less and less cure time. Saw the Necromunda video. Still can't decide on my own gang to join my playgroup with. Rarely paint ladies, so considering Escher. Okay, nice. Nice. I don't know if you can really go wrong, honestly. They're all super cool. They're all very characterful models. Looks really nice. Delac is a great answer. Given how much I dig Necromunda, am I gonna jump into Mordheim? Probably not, just because I have so many games that I'm wanting to play right now, and Necromunda seems like a omega lift. Just because it's like not a supported game anymore, and so it's going to require some amount of digging around to find the right rule sets and making decisions about, like what gangs are allowed, or how to balance them. Honestly, guys, this is totally true. The reason why Necromunda is so enjoyable is because of the person who is helping us play the game, because there's someone here that is owning the process and teaching us and has terrain for us and answers all of our questions, and just being in general very helpful. And I feel like if I were to play Necromunda with a bunch of people who don't know how to play Necromunda, like if we were just like all playing it for the first time as a bunch of noobs, I would definitely not be enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying it right now. So I think in order for a game like Mordheim to be successful, in my eyes, I would need to have the John of Mordheim help me run it, or play it. I should say. I'm not really running Necromunda, I'm just involved. I've heard Delac, but I prefer Delacue. Speed painting does help lift the mood, for sure. Do you think it's important to optimize your workflow for things like that difference in cure time? I feel like sometimes these improvements are more stress than they're worth. You're very right, Captain McLean. So that's a good point to make. I'm like trying to think about optimizing stuff like that. I'm gonna add an hour to a cure time or something like that. And that's super pedantic, But I think it's worthwhile to do stuff like that when you're just learning. Like I'm just learning about oil washes right now, and so I don't know what I don't know, and so I'm just gonna try out things. I'm gonna see. Okay, I mean, like waiting another hour or using liquid or siphoning out some oil, it probably won't make that much of a difference if I'm being totally honest. But it's worth trying because I don't know what I don't know. Oops. If that makes sense. The advantage of Necromunda is you can wing a lot of the stuff for narrative, but also depends on the playgroup. Yeah. It does depend on the playgroup. That's the other thing that could be a failing point of playing Mordheim, is just playing with the wrong group of people. Which I have a pretty solid group of people to play games with, so that probably wouldn't be a shortcoming. There's so much like recess gadgetry on their chest that isn't getting captured by this process. I don't think it matters though. I think the edge highlight's gonna save us. But this looks pretty good though. This last one we did. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, let's try to deal with this green thing. Maintaining some nice thin lines on this part of the model, which I haven't been able to do on any of them really. Maybe a little bit. Did you use the apron before your apprenticeship with Vince? Yeah, I have. More time's a lot of fun, but its balance was awful. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing for Necromunda. There are many house rules you need to make the game fun. It probably isn't worth trying to get into it now without a veteran. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. I need a veteran. Miniac, if you would develop your own skirmish game, what general aesthetic would you prefer? Clean sci-fi, dirty sci-fi, grimdark, gothic, neon punk, flowery, candy colors, realistic, modern, weird, psychedelic. Definitely fantasy. Probably some kind of like heavy religious motif fantasy world with your typical tropes. That's a great question. You know, I feel like if I gave some thought to world building more, I'd have a better answer. But at the very least, I would love it to be fantasy. I also find oil washes I get better results wiping up into the recesses instead of down, which seems to pull more out. Okay. Wiping up into the recess. That is interesting. 'Cause I'm doing the opposite because it seems like that should be better. Yeah, I can do that, Evan. Okay. Feeling pretty good about these lads. I think they're all lads. I got any female incubi? I don't know if that's a lore thing. A lore-friendly thing. All right, we got some washed incubi now. So I think the next step should probably be, I'll probably do that black express paint because the likelihood of me getting some of that on the white armor is pretty high. And then I can fix it with a white edge highlight afterwards. So that won't be too bad of an idea. Definitely fanatical religions, girl painting. I love that. Incubi are the male versions of succubi. That sounds right. Incubus, succubus. Okay. All right. Look at that. Perfect timing. 4:16. I'm gonna head out, guys. Thank you for hanging around for my deep pin washing experimentations. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in a week from now for another painting stream. Likely painting some incubi that I will have progressed a little bit further than they are right now. Look out for a new Miniac video hitting the YouTube streets soon. I made a video about all of the models in my backlog that are painted but not finished. So my work in progress backlog. I have 110 partially painted models in my backlog, and we're gonna go over those in that video. So check it out when it comes out. Think of an 80s theme song for KOTOR. I have no idea. At least not immediately. Evan is gonna raid someone. Hey, listen up. I hope you have a nice day. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, thank you. You're very welcome, Davins. Only 110? Yeah, only 110, I guess. Just joined, I missed the notification. No worries, Logic Boy. Thanks for checking in anyways. Have a great night, Teals Teal Sakiri. All right, I guess we're gonna head out now. Who are we gonna raid? Who are we gonna raid, Evan? Reiner. Oh, I love Reiner. Reiner's a great streamer. All right, enjoy Reiner, guys. I'm gonna head out. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the subs, all the support. I appreciate it. Catch y'all later, though. Peace.